blew up to surprise you, Alicia. Guess what he found? You somebody else and you were supposed to be his girl.
A major shift just happened, and this time it's coming straight from Alicia Keys herself. For years, people whispered about how she really made it to the top. They questioned the powerful names behind her rise, the quiet moments, the silence she always kept. And now, at 44, Alicia is finally speaking in a way that has everyone connecting the dots. But here's the part that has the internet in shock. What she's saying now sounds very close to what Jaguar Wright had been claiming all along. So the big question is, was Jaguar telling the truth this whole time? And if she was, then what does that say about Alicia's journey, her relationships, and everything we thought we knew? Because this isn't just about music anymore. This is about power, control, choices, and the price of staying on top in an industry that doesn't play fair. And once you hear the full story, you might start looking at Alicia Keys very differently. Alicia Keys wasn't just another singer trying to make it. From the very beginning, she was seen as something special. Born and raised in New York, she grew up surrounded by struggle, but also creativity. Her mother worked hard to give her opportunities, and Alicia held on to music like it was her escape. She learned piano at a young age, trained in classical music, and by her teenage years, she already had a voice that made people stop and listen. But talent alone doesn't guarantee success. That's something a lot of people don't realize. The industry is full of talented artists who never make it. So when Alicia got discovered by Clive Davis, it changed everything. This wasn't just any executive. This was a man known for shaping legends. He had worked with icons like Whitney Houston and Aretha Franklin. So when he saw something in Alicia, people paid attention. But here's where things start to get interesting. Clive didn't just sign Alicia and let her be herself. He took his time. He delayed her debut. He reworked her sound. He adjusted her image. Everything was carefully shaped. He wanted her to be elegant, controlled, and relatable, but not too edgy, not too controversial. And when her first album, Songs in A Minor, finally dropped, it was a massive success. She wasn't just a singer anymore. She became the face of a new kind of R&B, classy, emotional, and safe. And that word, safe, would follow her for years, because while other artists spoke out, got into drama, or showed their raw personalities, Alicia stayed quiet. She smiled, she performed, she won awards. No scandals, no messy headlines, just perfection. But here's the twist. People inside the industry started noticing things that fans couldn't see. They noticed how protected she was, how certain opportunities seemed to land in her hands without struggle, how powerful figures always seemed to be standing behind her. And then came the moment that changed everything: Empire's State of Mind. When Jay-Z released that song, it became an instant classic. Alicia's voice on the hook? Unforgettable. It felt like the perfect match, like it was always meant to be her. But behind the scenes, that wasn't the original plan. Reports claimed that Mary J. Blige was actually the first choice. She even performed a version of it before Alicia got involved. So how did Alicia end up on the final track? That's where the whispers started getting louder. Some said Jay-Z personally pushed for Alicia. Others hinted that there were deeper connections at play. And then, of course, Jaguar Wright stepped in with claims that made everything even more intense. Jaguar didn't hold back. She suggested that Alicia's rise wasn't just about talent, it was about playing the game. According to her, there were expectations behind the scenes, things people don't talk about publicly: favors, loyalty, silence. And for a long time, people dismissed it as just another wild accusation. But Alicia never responded. Not once. And in an industry where everyone is quick to defend themselves, that silence stood out. Then came another layer of drama: her relationship with Swizz Beatz. At the time, Swizz was married to Mashonda, and when news broke that Alicia and Swizz were involved, it caused a huge backlash. Fans were shocked. It didn't match the image Alicia had built. Mashonda even wrote a public letter calling Alicia out, saying she played a role in breaking up her marriage. It was emotional, direct, and impossible to ignore. And again, Alicia stayed silent. No interview, no explanation, nothing. Some people defended her, saying relationships are complicated. Others weren't convinced. They felt like this was the first crack in her perfect image. But what nobody expected was how all of this would connect years later. Because as time went on, Alicia kept evolving. She leaned into a more spiritual, peaceful version of herself, talking about healing, energy, self-love. Then in 2016, she made a bold move, going completely makeup-free in public. At first, people loved it. They saw it as empowering, real, honest. But then, things shifted. Fans started noticing subtle makeup again, not heavy, but enough to raise questions. And suddenly, the same people who praised her started asking, was this ever real? Was it a message or just branding? Alicia later explained that she was never against makeup just for choice, but for some fans, it felt like the message had changed. And that's when the bigger conversation started. People began to look back at everything, her career, her relationships, her silence, and wonder if there was always more going on behind the scenes. Then, recently, Alicia made comments that felt different. She spoke about the pressure of the industry, about how things aren't always as simple as they look, about how decisions are sometimes influenced by people with more power. She didn't directly confirm every rumor, but she didn't deny the idea that her journey was shaped by forces beyond just her talent. And that's what made people stop and listen. Because for the first time, it felt like Alicia was opening the door, just a little, to a truth she had kept hidden for years. And suddenly, Jaguar Wright's words didn't sound so crazy anymore. Fans started revisiting old interviews, old clips, old moments, connecting dots that didn't seem connected before. The way Alicia stayed quiet during controversies, the way powerful names always surrounded her, the way her image remained untouched even when rumors were loud. It all started to look intentional. And that realization hit hard because people had believed in her story. They saw her as authentic, grounded, different from the typical industry artist. So if parts of that story were shaped or controlled, it changes how everything feels. But here's the emotional part that really gets people thinking. What if Alicia didn't have as much control as everyone assumed? What if she was navigating a system that required her to stay quiet, to follow certain rules, to protect a version of herself that the world expected? Because the music industry isn't just about talent, it's about power, influence, image, and sometimes the price of success is silence. Imagine being in that position, having everything you ever dreamed of, but knowing there are things you can't say, knowing that speaking up could risk it all. That kind of pressure changes people. It explains the calm exterior, the careful words, the controlled image. It also explains why, even now, Alicia isn't fully revealing everything. She's giving hints, small pieces, enough to make people think, but not enough to break the whole picture. And maybe that's intentional, because at the end of the day, Alicia Keys is still standing, still respected, still successful. But the conversation around her has changed. It's no longer just about her music, it's about her story, the real one, and whether we ever truly knew it. Because now, every time she smiles on stage, every time she speaks about peace and authenticity, there's a question in the back of people's minds. Is this the full truth or just the version we were meant to see? And maybe the most powerful thing about Alicia Keys isn't just her voice, it's her silence. because sometimes silence doesn't mean there's nothing to say. Sometimes it means there's everything to hide.